Coming in hot. Uh, 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 uh. All right, let me check my check my video. All right, cool. Okay, cool. I'm the one in here. Let's go. Let's go. Little Derek, what up, man? I'm gonna get it popping. I'm gonna get it going in a minute here. I'm gonna give a few people a chance to before I get started. Let me see if this is working. Yeah, it's working. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Oops. All right, cool. So real quick. You glad he stayed? Am I glad who stayed? Lonzo? Talking about Lonzo? All right, let's get into it. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it right now. So, the New Orleans Pelicans. We had the trade happen literally with like 30 seconds left in the trade deadline, where we traded JJ Redick, traded Nicolo Melli. Dude, but good luck to you in Dallas. And Nicolo Melli is just a good person. You know, we traded two shooters to Dallas. So me and JJ, we traded two shooters to Dallas, and we got back two defenders. We got James Johnson, and we got young Wesley. Now, the cool thing about that, James Johnson's contract is up this year, just like JJ's was going to be up. We got another year with him next year. His contract will be up. Another good thing going on with the Pelicans is Bledsoe's contract is up next year, but it's being paid close to 20 million next year. So, with that being said, after the trade had happened, we didn't give up much because we wasn't really using JJ like that. JJ had a really, really rough year this year. JJ was shooting was up and down all year. He had some bad injuries. JJ, but it was good to get something for him, considering we were supposed to have him in the buyout market. Nicolo, we wasn't really using him like that. We already had Nikel, Kyra, throwing those guys in the mix. We also had to throw Jackson Hayes, Willie in the mix. So that made sense to get rid of Nicolo Melli. Now, I wonder what we're going to do with James Johnson. He's definitely an upgrade from Nicolo Melli. If you're talking about on the defensive end, energetically, all around, he's going to be a good guy. Went for defense. Now, talking about Lonzo Ball for a second, real quick, before I get back into the guys we just got. Lonzo Ball had a conversation with David Griffin, a one-on-one conversation. If you guys watched the interview, and he expressed his interest in staying with the New Orleans Pelicans. This is where Lonzo Ball wants to go. So let's be realistic about this. Let's get all the rumors out the way. Lonzo Ball does not hate the New Orleans Pelicans. He doesn't hate it here. It's just something his dad said, which kind of do the whole rowdy thing like he did with the Lakers. and ship him out of here, and that just didn't work. We're going to have to find a way to pay Lonzo Ball, which I think we're going to be able to find a common ground to do that. I don't think it's going to be tough to sign Lonzo. It's not like we're holding on to James Johnson or holding on to all these other guys. We're going to find a way to pay Lonzo. I think they're going to also find a way to get rid of Eric Bledsoe. Someone is going to want to deal with his contract for at least 1 year. So no issue there. I think we're going to be able to retain Josh Hart if we play our cards right. Now, you saw all the guys that got traded yesterday. You saw Nikola Vucevic, which was a huge piece. And I think his contract is up in 2022 or 2023. You saw Aaron Gordon get traded. His contract, I don't know if he's a rental. I think Vucevic is up in 2023. Aaron Gordon is up probably this year, if I'm being real. His contract is probably up this year. Just considering all the guys, yep. Aaron Gordon contract is up next year. So if we're talking about how did the Pelicans do with the trades and stuff like that, for what we could have did, I think that was probably the best we could have done. I'm being real. Because if we would have went after, we're not going for a championship. We're not going for none of that right now. Kyle Lowry contract is up this year. It's like, why would we trade away all our assets to get a guy for just this year? We know Kyle Lowry is a guy who would not re-sign back here. It just doesn't fit. He's old. He's not going to make us a third or top 2 seed in the West by just trading away our assets and getting him. Could we have traded Steven Adams for Vucevic? Because the package that they gave, it was not that good. Just the same package that the Rockets should feel really, really bad. The package they got for James Harden was what? They didn't really get anything for James Harden, but John Wall. And that was a horrible trade. Also with Victor Oladipo, he's up next year. So what are he gonna do? And he's been in and out of injuries. Just saying off the stuff that we probably could have done. I think the only piece we could have moved, if we would have got back like a Vucevic and Evan Fournier, I'd have been good with that. I'd have been good with something like that. But I don't think it was that hefty to try to get those guys. Vucevic, they probably would have wanted our picks, which we don't want to give up because we can do something with those. But Houston should feel horrible. They didn't get nothing for James Harden. I understand you trying to please your player and stuff, but at this point, if a guy sent him, Houston fans, y'all did bad. I'm sorry. Y'all could have easily went to Miami. You could have easily went to Denver with that trade and got something back. Y'all didn't get nothing. I mean, y'all got some picks. Now, who loaded up with picks is OKC. OKC got 17 first and 17 second round picks. That's just unnecessary. The amount of picks they have is just so unnecessary. Now let's talk about why the New Orleans Pelicans did not. They were offering for Lonzo Ball was trash. It was horrible. We saw what the Bulls tried to offer. They tried to give us their power forward because they got Vucevic. We saw the Knicks try to give us a trash package. Then they come back and they try to be like, oh, we didn't want to trade for him. We're going to try to sign him in free agency. We're going to match it. There's no reason not to match whatever contract that they put out for Lonzo Ball because we're going to have it to do. We have it. It's not like we don't have the money. We do have the money to sign them. We're going to have it. Now, what we're going to be able to do after signing Lonzo Ball, that's still yet to be seen because we don't know the type of contract we're going to give Josh Hart, and we don't know the type of contract we're going to give Lonzo Ball. But Lonzo Ball did express his interest for staying here. So I think it was Griffin in our front office telling, the trade people that, boom, we're not going to trade Lonzo. We're going to see how he plays out the rest of the year. Then we'll decide if we're going to let's give him an offer. The packages that they were offering for Lonzo Ball, you can tell they didn't really think much of him. But these offers that they're going to have to pay him, now you really have to put your money where your mouth is because you didn't want to give up any packages for him. So you're going to have to really, really pay Lonzo Ball way ahead of us in order to get him. You're going to have to pay him 25 plus. So let them be convinced for the Pelicans to be like, no, we don't want him. I think the Pelicans are going to try to get Lonzo. We're only going to sign you to 17 million. The Pelicans ain't going to go over 17 million for Lonzo Ball. And that's just the truth of it. They don't have to do it. He's restricted. And I'm pretty sure a guy like that, you just don't let him walk. I think Lonzo Ball going to finish out strong, though, and earn whatever he gets paid. But he did express his interest for staying here, and I think into that plays into it. Hold 1 second. But I think that's gonna play into it. But I'm happy. I'm happy that they kept him because we get to see, like, is this gonna work out? They did say they really liked some flashes from them three together, and some flashes were bad, but I don't think the bad flashes are on Lonzo. Like Zion you gotta play defense. What you want from Lonzo? Lonzo literally does everything. Pass. He scores when he can. You know, defense runs the floor. Zion hand and putting the ball in Ingram hand, that makes it difficult for Lonzo to do what he's good at. Griffin blames everybody else about Lonzo but himself. He could have paid. All right, let's talk about that because Bledsoe, Bledsoe is playing horrible right now. Everybody put a one. No, everybody put a one in the chat if Bledsoe is playing horrible right now. Put a one in the chat if Bledsoe is playing horrible. If Lonzo was playing the way Bledsoe was playing right now, he would have got benched. He would have got benched. They bench Lonzo every time he messes up, but Bledsoe gets to mess up 9, 10 games straight and nothing. But resign Sindari done well. Hold on. The Knicks always think that. The Knicks think they could get everybody, man. The Knicks thought they was going to get Paul George. They thought they was going to get KD. They thought they was going to get Kyrie. The Knicks thought they were going to get everybody. At one point, they said LeBron was coming. They said LaMelo was coming. They said Zion was coming. I don't really worry about what the Knicks be saying, but if you pay 25, 26 million on Lonzo, then yeah, good chance you're going to get him because that's heavy. That is heavy. It is simple. Griffin should pay him now if he wants him here. You don't do that. The reason you don't pay Lonzo now because you wait to see what other teams are going to do. If other teams won't pay Lonzo over 14 million, then that means you don't have to, which is cruel, but that's the business. Like you don't have to overpay for a guy that's restricted. If everybody offer him 12 million, then you pay Lonzo Ball 12 million. That's just a smart way to go. Now, if you wanted to show courtesy, yeah, you put sprinkle a extra 3 million on that, but you don't have to pay him until other teams pay him. Let's see what they're talking about. If they're talking about, hey, we could get Lonzo, let's see. Let's see. Lonzo needs the control. Yeah, Lonzo is a good playmaker, man. That's why everybody tried to go after him at the trade deadline. For some reason, they put out this lie that the Pelicans just wanted to get rid of Lonzo. That wasn't true. Else we would have did that. Stan Van Gundy with the BS. Yeah, Van Gundy's system is weird. Our offense flourishes, but it's one dimensional to me. Like you put the ball in Zion's hands, you can't really stop Zion, but it's like you're giving the ball to them and not really moving no guys around. I'm really interested to see how we use James Johnson though, because right now, if y'all want to think about it, right now the Pelicans probably have the toughest team in the league. You got you got Steven Adams, who was voted the toughest player in the NBA. You got James Johnson, the UFC fighter, karate man, black belt, 20 fights, no losses, nicknamed Bloodsport. You got who else? You got Brandon Ingram. Y'all remember the fight Brandon Ingram had with Rondo and Chris Paul, the Lakers in Houston? We saw that. We really have like the if we would have got like Patrick Beverly, this would have been the most knucklehead team in the NBA. But we do. We got all fighters, literally from Steven Adams, James Johnson, Brandon Ingram. I was gonna do a video on that though. Like we legit got all fighters. Like then nobody's gonna fight the Pelicans right now. And you already know Zion big, strong. Who that? Other people mess up and Zoe still get blamed. Other people mess up and Zoe still get blamed. That's probably true because Zoe has a big name. That's what people got to understand. Lonzo Ball's name is huge. Like it's huge, bro. No matter what you say, if you paying for Lonzo Ball, one thing you paying for is the name. Let's get it out there. This guy's popular. He's one of the most popular players in the NBA. More followers than plenty of guys. His brother, more followers than plenty of guys. Like they right behind LeBron, all these guys. We literally have superstars on the team. People love Zion. People love Lonzo. These guys are more popular than Brandon Ingram, and he does a lot of work on the New Orleans Pelicans. We was trying to show other teams what his word for trade bait. You know what the Pelicans do that they kind of slowly tried to not reveal that they do? They would tell other teams, hey, I know you don't want this guy, but tell everybody that you know how we traded Drew Holiday? This is a leaked fact. This is a leaked fact, exclusive news right here. How we got the package we got for Drew Holiday with all those picks, 3 first-round picks and all that stuff. They told the Celtics, the Lakers, and everybody who really didn't want to trade for Drew, they said, hey, tell everybody you're going to give us this or give us that. So they upped their trade package for Drew Holiday to help us out. And you know David Griffin has a history with the Celtics GM, and that's how we got that package. Not just because they kind of played everybody to give us that. But they didn't because Drew Holiday is balling out this year. And he was literally just called last week 2 times the MVP of the Milwaukee Bucks. The reason that they play the way they play. He leading the league in steals. And whoever said that Bledsoe was just like Drew Holiday, y'all played us. Y'all played us. Y'all got us. Y'all got us with that. Lakers done that with CP3, and then they never ended up getting him. Bring back Frank Jackson and the stretch four. I wonder what Frank Jackson is doing right now. Is he doing well? Anybody know if Frank Jackson doing well? Shout out to Frank Jackson though. We're gonna bring back Lonzo, man. I really don't doubt we're bringing back Lonzo. It's just what we got to do now is find a real, true two guard. Players can live in New York without playing for them. I know everybody thought JJ was going to the Nets. I thought that too because we were talking about the buyout. But when we traded, I was like, thank you. We got something back. Players can live. Hopefully, James Johnson be someone. I don't think he should, bro, because the Pelicans, that's a squad, bro. Like fighters on the team right now. But the Pelicans should be in the top 10 right now. That should be no way. Everybody on ESPN, from Stephen A to who else? Shannon Sharp, everybody, even in the NBA, these guys, the Pelicans said the Pelicans are not as bad as everybody thinks. The Pelicans should not be where they are. Period. The team is too talented, way too talented. Hopefully, okay, if somebody comes and give him 22 million, what do the Pels do then? Give him 20, make him happy, you get a middle ground. But this is the thing. You can pay Lonzo Ball 18 million with incentives. If he meets certain milestones, he get extra money. You can do that. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. But if somebody offer Lonzo Ball 25 million, a ridiculous amount of money, there's nothing you can do about that. You're gonna have to make a decision. And I don't think you pay Lonzo Ball that much if you can literally do different things with that money. And this trade pool of players that we had to trade, it was weak anyway. Like we saw a lot of players from Orlando get traded. We saw a lot of players from Chicago get traded. Other than that, you saw Norman Powell get traded, whose contract is up this year. We That wouldn't have made sense for us. Norman Powell is a true two guard, which we need though. But we need him with Lonzo Ball. Norman Powell, but his contract is up after this year. You need a true two guard. Evan Fournier, his contract is up this year. So people wouldn't want to give up assets for a guy who may not resign here. And he's getting paid like 17 million. Best impact 1000 true BI ISO BI think he's Kobe. BI plays a lot of ISO ball now. But if it's however we've been playing against the Lakers and how we played against Denver, we need to do that again. You guys, if you guys gonna be watching the Denver Nuggets versus the Pelicans game right now, I mean tonight, put Pels in the chat. PELS. Put Pels in the chat. I'm gonna try to see how to stream it on Twitch or something for you guys who can't catch the game. But put Pels in the chat. I'm gonna try to find out how to do that. But you saw how, like, the AD trade, we got picks back and we got young assets. That's what they were supposed to do with James Harden. That's what they were supposed to do with Kyle Lowry. That's what they're supposed to do with guys like that. And I understand why Lonzo Ball didn't get traded. These people really be offering some trash packages. The package for James Harden was horrible. The package for Vucevic wasn't that strong, but they did get, they got some good stuff back. Wendell, decent. These players average 7 points a game, and you giving up a player that just dropped 27 3 days ago. 27 points and like 13 rebounds. He cold. Vucevic is good. And you see how you got Andre Drummond in the buyout market? You could have traded for him. But Drummond getting paid. Drummond getting paid like 30 million, I think. But you could have traded for him. The Cavs didn't want Drummond. Else you wouldn't have bought him out. He's balling. We need a Chris Paul. That's the funny thing too. Like name how many players do you know right now? Rondo, Chris Paul, Lonzo Ball. That's like the last of a dying breed of those guys who pass first and they actually can play make really, really well. There's not really many other point guards that do that. Luka can't pass like Lonzo pass. He can score. He can go off though. Luka is really good. Luka can play make for himself. And he got Kristaps though. He got KP on his team. So we're gonna pay Lonzo, but how much would y'all pay Lonzo? The 18 million with incentive. Because we do get, you get to go over the cap sometime. You do get to do that. But if you're gonna be going over the cap, go over the cap for guys. Go over the cap for guys who are gonna make your team a lot better. We saw the Suns be what we was at, like they were losing, and then they traded one or two players, and now where they at? They top 2 in the West, top 3 in the West. We saw the Jazz, Utah Jazz, go down. Been down for years. And where they at? Number one in the West. So the Pelicans can do that. They have just as much talent. And you already beat both teams. You beat the Suns. Did we beat Utah this year? I don't know. We probably didn't beat Utah this year. But even though we probably beat Utah from last year, and that's close to the same team, the Pelicans have talent. You beating the Bucks. Yeah, we beat them this year, man. We beat Utah. So how the Pelicans? This is another thing with the Pelicans. Like how you beat Utah and you lose to Minnesota and you lose to Detroit. We be beating good teams. We have really good wins, and we have really bad losses. NBA standards. Let me see where we at, because I know we behind the Grizzlies right now, and we should not be behind the Grizzlies. We're behind the Kings. Yeah, man. We 1924. We should not be 1924. We're gonna catch up though. Let me see how many games we got left. Mm, We got 29 games left, bro. 29 games to put on a win streak to get in that top 10. Zoe and the reason we need Zoe for those big games. Yeah, we do, Draco. We be beating these top seed teams and be losing to these trash, garbage teams, bro. You can already tell in the playoffs where they shrink. And this is a funny thing about the Pels. I think if they actually made the playoffs, if they play a good team, I think they're gonna do well. But if they play a bad team, I think they're gonna do bad. I don't know why bad teams is like has been the thing this year. Wow. But why? I wonder why people think we didn't trade Lonzo. Why y'all think we didn't trade him? I think because he spoke out on it. Hey, I want to be over here. Let's try to get something going. So went off in which game? But grade the trade, man. What do y'all give the Pelicans? What's the grade for the trade that we made, man? We clearly went after defense. And I think for what we needed, I give the trade like a C plus B minus. I give the trade a B minus because we got rid of our shooters, people we don't really use, and we got defenders back. Lonzo was never going to be traded. This is why I honestly doubt they had intentions on trading Lonzo. I think they wanted to test the waters to see who would go for him in the offseason. Yeah, but like if we would have traded Lonzo, who would we have gotten from the Knicks? Who would we have gotten from the Heat, the Clippers? And you saw what happened. The Hawks traded Rajon Rondo for Lou Williams. Do we need Lou Williams? We don't need Lou Williams. I feel like Nickel Alexander Walker is like a young Lou Williams. If I'm being honest, I really do see Nickel Alexander Walker as like a young Lou Williams. If he played 30 minutes a night, his points, come on, man, this dude can score everywhere. Everywhere. It's mixed feelings, Rolando. I love him in this game, but his dad talked too much. LeVar made it seem like he didn't want to be here. LeVar had to do that. He had to do that because LeVar lives in strives for the big market. He wants his sons in the biggest market possible to push his brand, which is smart. I get it. I gotta see it though. Well, let me ask him. Y'all think James Johnson and these guys are playing tonight? I want to see James Johnson play tonight. If Aaron Gordon played tonight for Denver and JaVale McGee played for Denver tonight, I want to see James Johnson. I hope that his mind is wrapped around the whole situation. Like, yeah, I'm here. Let me try to make the best of it. Not. You know how some guys be drowsy. I'm about to see if he in NOLA right now. Let me ask the pals. Let me ask James. Let me see if he on my thing. James Johnson. Man, look at him. He would have a kid. He is on the plane. And then, Dallas is, y'all talking like Dallas, like 14, 20 hours away. Dallas is 8 hours away. It's a 1 hour flight. It's a 1 hour flight. Do we play at Denver though? Or we play here. Pelicans. Let me see if we play at Denver. Yeah, we play here, man. That's a 1 hour flight. Yeah, I didn't see anything good for Lonzo. Yeah, that would have been hard. If we would have traded Lonzo, man, we would have literally ended up with what's his name? Cam Reddish. Who said go after Cam Reddish? Like that was a good trade for us. I like, man, look, the Pelicans got to step it up. I don't think this team is bad. I think they could get in the top 10 for sure. So whoever that last 6 through 10 is, the Pelicans getting in there, man. 32-45 is when I said that. The Pelicans are getting in the play-in, and they can make the 8 seed. I have no doubt about that. Ingram need to play like he played in the Denver game. I see Zoe going to join Melo. Umar, why you say that? When people say I see Lonzo going to join Melo, for whom? Who do we get back? You talking about like a sign-in trade? Who do we get back? Lonzo Charlotte gonna have to pay Lonzo that paper. We just gave away. We did. We had leads on people. Terry Rozier contract is not bad. It's almost 17 million a year right now. That's not a bad contract for somebody who doing what he doing. Got his team in that play. Like, if we're gonna pay Lonzo Ball, we definitely need to be like top 5 in the West. I just don't see no other way. Like, ain't no way you're supposed to have these guys who all can play well. And Rozier is averaging 20 points per game right now. He's being paid 17 million. Mm-hmm. Hornets will pay that pay because they will have that showtime with Zoe and Melo. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if Charlotte pays Lonzo. Everybody could pay Lonzo. Everybody gonna have a chance to pay him. Who got the cap space though? Who got the cap space to pay him? The Bulls, they out. They paid Zach LaVine, and now you paying what's his name? Vucevic. The Knicks, I don't know if they got it. Ingram should never have more than 3, 4 assists a game. Keep him as a scorer. You should let Lonzo create all the time. And as far as Bledsoe, I think Bledsoe should sit. I think Kyra and Nickel Alexander Walker need to take those minutes. Let Bledsoe sit on that bench. Feel that heat of everybody telling him, man, you just sitting on the bench. So he could come back and play really well. Yeah, I gotta purchase that. Agree. I think if this team played Nikel and Kyra Lewis more minutes, Nikel, Kyra, Josh Hart need to split those minutes between them and bring Bledsoe down all the way down. Because if Bledsoe sit down and start seeing guys playing hard, doing well, he's gonna have to feel like, man, I need to. This is embarrassing. I need to play better, or buy him out next year or whatever. But he's the type of guy. If he asks for a trade, Bledsoe will ask for a trade knowing he's not being productive. That's the killer part. Let Bledsoe sit and run. Yeah, we gotta let him run, man. We should have gotten Vucevic instead of Adams. There's no way we was gonna do that. We didn't have the picks and stuff we have now. We didn't have that before Steven Adams, so we wouldn't have been able to do that without giving up Ingram, somebody we really like. But let's see what the Pelicans do tonight. Do the Pelicans win tonight, man? What y'all think the score going to be like? Who is the player of the game tonight? Josh Hart should start for the intensity on defense. That is a good idea. That is a good idea. Take Bledsoe out. Set the tone. Bring Nine Kyra on. I like the mix. I like the mix of Nikhil Alexander Walker and Jackson Hayes. I like the Lonzo and Zion mix. I like the Steven Adams and Brandon Ingram mix. Josh Hart worked with anybody. He just play hard. But Denver, man, I got to see this Denver team tonight, man. I hope Aaron Gordon and them were able to make it there and play us tonight. If not, we got to catch this W, man. We got to get a streak going on. We're on a 2-game streak. Don't let Denver break it. I think we win because Denver has no rim protection. So I expect another win. They got JaVale McGee. They got JaVale McGee just now. But you got to attack them in the paint. You got to make, this is what the Pelicans got to do when they play teams like that. Their best player, and Jokic, the Joker, you got to make him play defense. You got to make your defensive scheme go at him the entire game. Him and Jamal Adams. They lost Gary Harris now. You got to make your game plan go exactly through Jokic. Because if you put the Joker in foul trouble, he's not on the floor. They don't have really many options after that. You got Paul Millsap. They got Bobo they could throw in there, but none of them can guard Zion like that. Some dude said Zion trash. Come on, man. Zion earned his all-star spot clearly. And if you can't stop Zion, he's obviously not trash. Can't stop him. We play at 7. I might even go to this game if I could get over there. I'm gonna watch it. All right, but JJ, I think he on right now. Talking about the trade. Zion slander is trolling at this point. JJ on.
It hasn't been ruined, meaning it's still so authentic. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah.
JJ on right now.
And I don't want to say Austin is ruined, but Austin's not, you know? Yeah.
He cool, he chilling. Some dude said, man, I can't believe they be talking about Zion like that. Zion be cutting up, man. Let me see who they got tonight. Mickey Fact. Yeah. All right, man. But any other things, man? What y'all think the Pelicans do now? It's just I think they just focus on getting in that top 10. This is the team you're rolling with. I think that I don't know, man. I think the Lakers gonna drop a few spots. I think the Lakers gonna drop a few spots. If Drummond and Aldridge, none of them go to the Lakers gonna be sick, boy. Oh man, you in Jamaica? We're gonna be in Montego Bay. I think that's what they call it. Montego Bay. Shout out to Jamaica, man. I heard they good people over there. Oscar De La Hoya is back. Wow. But the Pelicans got to beat the Nuggets tonight. You beat the Nuggets tonight, set the tone. I don't know if Lonzo is playing. I don't know if Lonzo is playing, but you beat Denver tonight. It's go time. We can't be losing to no weak teams. No more of that. It's go time. Got to get in that top 10. We got to get in that playoffs. But that's all I have to say about this video, man. Lonzo expressed his interest for staying with the Pelicans to our front office. We made the trade. We got some defense, so hopefully we'll see James Johnson sooner than later. Also, shout out to JJ. Shout out to everybody. Nicola Melli. Shout out to everybody in the live, man. That be catching the lives. I'll be trying to put them out there ahead of time so people can see them and go live. But we gotta get in the top 10. The Pelicans gotta get in the top 10. There's no excuses. I know they like to say we only had 2 weeks to prepare. Everybody had 2 weeks to prepare. You gotta do what you gotta do to get in that top 10. You literally have two all-stars on your team. And I think Lonzo Ball is a future all-star. Get it done. Nickeil Alexander Walker, he gonna be something special too. Kyra Lewis, for his first year, he's playing really well. He dropped 16. I saw them 20-point balls that they gave Denver Nuggets. Yeah, man, they look tall. Yeah. But I saw the 20 points that Nickeil dropped on these guys. I saw the 16 Kyra drop, really looking promising. Josh Hart, we're gonna do our thing, man. They talking about the Nuggets right now. They said the Nuggets got the tallest team in the league, and JaVale McGee, Bobo, Jokic. You notice that that's their strategy, though. Their strategy is to always go after height. They said we're gonna see more Nickeil and Zoe together. I heard that. I was so excited to hear that. I hope Bledsoe heard it as like, man, just sit down and coach. I don't know what your purpose is no more, man. You should run the bench. Fourth-degree felony. Marshawn Lattimore got arrested. But y'all be cool, man. Let's catch this game tonight. Let's catch this W tonight. I'm gonna try to see how to start streaming the game a little better. Maybe on Twitch. Especially for my people who like in Santorini, the people who are in Jamaica, the people who are in Canada. We're gonna try to get y'all to see the games. New Orleans ain't for Zion. You must be a Knicks fan or something, man. Oh, you might be a Lonzo fan. But if you knew Lonzo Ball when we knew Lonzo Ball, we built Lonzo Ball. He didn't just now start playing good. Lonzo Ball shot completely changed with Fred Vincent. Lonzo Ball game, his aggression completely changed with the New Orleans Pelicans. Our development team that we have completely changed Lonzo Ball's game. Completely. But gonna be here, man. Unless he say something else, he gonna be here. Defer at NOLA is perfect. I don't really mean by that. But y'all be cool, man. Be blessed. I'm out. I'm about to go get on this computer, chop this stuff up, and get ready for the game. Be cool, man. Be blessed. Catch you on the next one. Mm-hmm.